Welcome to a new journey. In this episode, we'll be visiting a picturesque Canadian port city that seems frozen in time thanks to the Victorian architecture of its historic downtown. Here, you can enjoy countless activities, from strolling along its lively waterfront and exploring fascinating museums to learning about its close connection to the Titanic, as many of its victims rest here. Let's take a look at the 10 must-see places in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Number 10. Waterfront Boardwalk. One of the most charming experiences in this Atlantic Canadian port city is strolling along its beautiful waterfront boardwalk. Stretching for 2.5 miles, you'll come across street performers, food stalls, monuments that tell the region's maritime history, fascinating museums, and a variety of shops that bring life and color to the area. There are benches to sit and take in the view, green spaces to relax, and countless spots to stop and snap a photo. In summer, the boardwalk becomes especially lively, with live musicians, ice cream stands serving long lines of customers, and terraces full of people enjoying drinks by the sea. But even in fall or winter, the boardwalk keeps its charm, with fewer crowds but the same ever-changing scenic beauty. Number 9. Harbour Hopper Tour. Climbing into a restored amphibious military vehicle is a fun and original way to discover Halifax, by land and sea, all in one 55-minute tour. The adventure begins in the steep and picturesque streets of downtown, passing by some of the city's most iconic landmarks. As the vehicle moves along, the guide shares interesting facts, stories, and bits of local and naval history. But the highlight of the tour comes when the vehicle reaches the harbor's edge, where it drives straight into the water and becomes a boat. From there, the journey continues through the harbor, offering fantastic views of the waterfront, naval facilities, and the historic George Island. In the description, you'll find the link to book this fun experience. Trust me, it's totally worth it. Number 8. Halifax Public Gardens. Strolling through the Halifax Public Gardens will transport you back to the Victorian era. Opened in 1867, this 16-acre green space located in the heart of the city is one of Halifax's main urban lungs, filled with peaceful paths, century-old trees, colorful flowers, sculptures, and fountains. At the center stands a wooden bandstand built in 1887 to commemorate Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee, which still hosts free concerts every Sunday during the summer. The ornamental bridges over the waterways invite visitors to pause, watch the ducks swim by, and enjoy the sense of calm that contrasts with the bustle of the city just beyond the gates. Number 7. Maritime Museum of the Atlantic. Strategically located along the waterfront, this museum offers a fascinating journey through the naval and maritime history of the region. Its collection is one of the most comprehensive in Canada, featuring ship models, navigation instruments, vintage photographs, and historical documents. One of the most moving parts of the museum is the section dedicated to the sinking of the Titanic. Halifax played a key role in the recovery operations after the 1912 tragedy, as it was the closest port with the capacity to respond. In this exhibit, visitors can see actual fragments from the wreck, letters, and personal belongings of the victims. Another highlight is the section focused on the 1917 Halifax explosion, one of the largest non-nuclear disasters in history. The exhibit recounts how two ships collided in the harbor, triggering a massive explosion that devastated much of the city. The museum also includes interactive exhibits, historic vessels open for exploration, and engaging activities suitable for all ages. Number 6. Canadian Museum of Immigration at Pier 21. Located on the Halifax waterfront, the Canadian Museum of Immigration at Pier 21, opened in 1999 and designated a National Historic Site, is one of the must-see attractions in the city. It is housed in the historic Pier 21 building, which served as a major entry point for over 1 million immigrants arriving in Canada by sea during the mid-20th century. Upon entering the museum, visitors are transported back in time through interactive exhibits that recreate the immigrant experience upon arrival in Canada. One of the museum's highlights is the Pier 21 story. an exhibit that allows visitors to follow the journey from ship to train station, complete with replicas of a ship cabin and a settler train car. In addition, personal belongings, such as trunks and period clothing, offer a deeper look into the lives of the immigrants who once passed through these doors. You'll find the link in the description to book the same guided tour we took. Number 5. Fairview Lawn Cemetery. It may seem unusual to find a cemetery in a travel guide, but Fairview Lawn Cemetery is steeped in history, as it is the final resting place of 121 victims of the RMS Titanic disaster, more than any other cemetery in the world due to Halifax's proximity to the recovery area. The Titanic graves are arranged in 4 rows that follow the natural slope of the land, forming a gentle curve that evokes the bow of a ship. Most of the headstones are small and simple, engraved with the date of death and a number corresponding to the recovered body. Guided tours are available and offer an insightful way to learn about the events of 1912, uncover the stories behind some of the headstones, and understand the crucial role Halifax played after the sinking of the famous ocean liner. One of the most iconic graves is marked J. Dawson, which gained widespread attention after the release of the 1997 film Titanic, due to the shared name with the character portrayed by Leonardo DiCaprio. Beyond the Titanic victims, the cemetery is also the resting place of soldiers who served in World War I and II, as well as those who perished in the Halifax explosion of 1917. Number 4. Fortress of Louisbourg. Located on the eastern coast of Cape Breton Island, about 250 miles from Halifax, stands one of the most impressive historical reconstructions in all of Canada. The Fortress of Louisbourg was originally built between 1713 and 1745 to protect French interests in the region, particularly maritime routes and the cod fishing industry, which was a vital resource at the time. In 1760, the original fortress was destroyed by British forces, but in the second half of the 20th century, it was meticulously rebuilt, allowing visitors to walk through streets, buildings, ramparts, and defensive batteries just as they were nearly 300 years ago. Strolling along its cobblestone streets and entering the houses, workshops, and barracks offers an immersive experience, making it easy to imagine the daily life of soldiers and craftsmen who lived here in the 18th century. Staff members dressed in period costumes reenact historical scenes and demonstrate traditional trades such as blacksmithing, colonial cooking, and gunpowder making. Thanks to its privileged location, the site also offers spectacular views of the Atlantic Ocean and the rugged coastline of Cape Breton. Number 3. Cabot Trail. This approximately 185-mile route winds through Cape Breton Highlands National Park, offering breathtaking views of the Atlantic Ocean, rugged cliffs, lush forests, and charming coastal villages. It's no surprise that it's considered one of the most scenic drives in Canada. Along the way, travelers can explore communities such as Cheticomp, known for its Acadian heritage, and Pleasant Bay, regarded as Cape Breton's whale-watching capital. For those seeking a more remote experience, meet Cove, the northernmost settlement in Nova Scotia, offers dramatic cliffside views and a sense of untouched wilderness. One of the trail's most iconic highlights is the Skyline Trail, a moderate hike of about 4 miles that rewards visitors with sweeping views of the Gulf of St. Lawrence. Lawrence, moose, and whale sightings are common from this point, making it a truly unforgettable experience. Number 2. Peggy's Cove. This small yet picturesque coastal village, located about a 45-minute drive from Halifax, is one of Nova Scotia's most iconic destinations. It captivates visitors with its peaceful atmosphere, charming houses, and its famous lighthouse. Built in 1915, the Peggy's Cove Lighthouse is without a doubt the most recognizable symbol of the area. Many tourists come here to take photos from various angles, explore the surrounding landscape, and soak in the tranquility of this seaside spot. It's well worth taking time to wander through the village, admire the colorful houses, browse its delightful little shops, perfect for picking up a souvenir, and of course, enjoy the excellent local cuisine, which centers around fresh seafood like lobster and fish, prepared using traditional recipes passed down through generations. In the description, you'll find a link to book the same tour we did, guided by Neela, who shared fascinating stories about Peggy's Cove and the region. Number 1. Halifax Citadel National Historic Site. This large hill overlooking the city served for over 2 centuries to protect Halifax and its residents. Today, the site offers an immersive experience that allows visitors to travel back in time and witness what military life was like in the 19th century. Guides dressed in historical uniforms, like those of the 78th Highlanders Regiment and the 3rd Brigade of the Royal Artillery, lead visitors through restored walls, tunnels, and buildings, offering a detailed glimpse into the daily lives of soldiers. One of the most iconic traditions is the firing of the noon gun, a custom that dates back to 1857. Every day at 12 p.m., a cannon is fired from the fortress, a sound that can be heard throughout the city. In addition to the guided tours, the site also houses the Army Museum, which provides an in-depth look at the history of Canadian soldiers, both during wartime and in times of peace. The Citadel also hosts special events, such as the Ghost Tour, a candlelit nighttime walk through the fortress where stories of ghost sightings and local legends are brought to life. Check out these recommended videos to keep exploring the world. If you liked the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we upload new content. See you in the next video.